Hi everyone, I hope you're all doing well. I'm a little groggy with hay fever today, so please bear with me. Now, the reading that I'm going to talk to you about is one that I've done. It was a request and it was on the missing person case, Ben Needham. For those of you who aren't aware, Ben went missing when he was only 21 months old. He was on the island of Kos with family and he disappeared on 24th of July. This was back in 1991. There's been so many rumours about possible sightings, about possible deathbed confessions, but I'm going to talk you through what I get in my reading specifically. I do have to say before I start that this is for entertainment purposes only. It's my thoughts and opinions, it's not fact. So the first thing I'm getting coming through regarding Ben is that he's curious, he's just a child, isn't he? And what I'm getting is that I can see some sort of track or road and I'm getting shrubbery for whatever reason. But he's young, he's curious, most 2-year-olds are, and I'm getting there's this family nest, there's this safety, and he's wandered outside of that. So he's off, he's curious. I'm getting that he's feeling quite hot, and that I'm getting that he's looking shade or he's going into the shade. And again, this could just be because he's hot, it could be because he's seen something and he's curious, but I'm getting there's this shrubbery and that's what he's drawn to. So he's difficult to see is what I'm getting from it. Now, what else I'm getting is that something was seen. So whilst he's on this track, and whatever happens, and I do feel as though it's on the track or the road, is this, something was seen. So we've got someone looking on there, and that's the first thing that comes out of it. The second thing that comes out of it, what I'm getting is complete accident. So what I'm getting is that Ben had stumbled into something, a vehicle, I feel as though this is, but I do feel he stumbled into or onto it and there was no way that this driver could have seen him. What I'm also getting around the driver is that they probably weren't paying that much attention either. I feel like there's an element of daydreamer around them, but the flip side is that even if they were quite alert, I don't feel as though they'd have been able to stop. I think this was quite unavoidable. It's like he goes directly onto the car. Now, with this vehicle, I do feel as though it's more of a car than a works vehicle. And the confession that we had, what people were talking about with this Constantinos Barkers, what I'm getting is that that's a bit of a red herring. I'm getting that there was a couple of people who decided possibly that was the right course of action. Constantinos Barkas had passed, so there's nothing he could do. He couldn't defend himself, and I don't know why. Maybe they felt like the family should know where the body is or whatever, but I'm getting that that was just a ruse. It was someone to blame for what happened that day. Now, in terms of what did actually happen, I'm getting this really strong female energy, and I've done the cards a couple of times to see if I'm right, and it's always a female that I get that comes out. What I'm also getting about this female is that she wasn't alone, but I feel as though she was the one behind the wheel. And what I'm also getting around her is there's this family connection. Now, I'm not saying that this woman was family in, I'm not saying that it was one of Ben's family, but there's some sort of connection there. So they may have known the family, been friends with the family, but that's what keeps coming out. And what I'm also getting is this web of lies. And I feel as though this is around the deathbed confession that's coming through. It's around what actually happened on the day and everything that happened afterwards to cover up this accident, I feel. Now, in terms of this female, what I get around her is these legal proceedings. I feel like she's had some bad habits in the past. She's had a few difficult points in her life, I'm going to say. I feel like there's been plenty of partying, plenty of drinking, um, and I'm getting some issues with money in the past. I feel like she's moved on from this now, but for whatever reason, she still has quite a bad reputation. And again, I said that she wasn't alone, and I feel that was in the vehicle and in the, covering over wherever Ben is. I'm getting that there's more than one person there. Now, what I also get is that there's hidden clues. But what I'm getting is that they're in plain sight. So whether this is in police reports or witness statements, I feel like there's a lot that's been hidden that hasn't come out in statements for whatever reason. I'm not sure if this woman's actually being questioned or not. I think she may have been questioned actually, and she's lied. She's lied to the police. So yeah, this woman's being questioned. She's lied to the police about what's happened. So there's hidden clues, and they're all there. They're already out and about. Regarding where Ben is, I get this card. It is hidden, and I've had a couple of other cards about where he is, and there's some sort of, I'm getting an opening. So whether that's a cave, like sort of one of those drain pipes or something. Not a drain pipe, how can I describe it? Like a solid stone, and it's round. It's like some sort of waste disposal or something like that. I'm getting this one of those close by. I'm also getting that it's on high ground. So I'm not sure where the farm was, but this is up high. It's on a hill. So you would be out in the open. You can see the stars as well as the ocean below. And I'm getting lots of shrubbery, lots of thorns, and yeah, quite dry, arid shrubbery around there. Possibly some sort of cactuses that would grow, but I'm getting something quite spiky and thorny. I'm getting that close to the building site, but not quite in the building site. Isolated. I suppose a lot of things up high would be isolated. One of the things that I'm picking up on close by, and it's came out a couple of times, is something to do with honey. Now, I don't know if this is beekeeping, a specific type of bee, or a certain pollen, but I'm getting this connection to honey close by to where Ben is. And I'm just getting dry, arid rocks. I don't feel as though he's too far away from the farm. I don't feel he's too far away from where the accident happened and where he wandered off. But I do feel there was a few people involved in covering this up for him. And Constantinos Barkas, I feel was, it's a bit of a ruse. It's someone, they've said that, and I feel as though they're covering for this woman. I do feel it was a genuine accident, and it was or would have been completely unavoidable even if she hadn't been sort of daydreaming or in a world of her own. But something was seen that day, and there are a few people who know what happened. And obviously there are, because of that, a few people who know where Ben is. But unfortunately, I do feel as though he passed over that day.